Hello, YouTube coin collectors and stackers. Today we're going to be looking at some shipping tricks if you're using the eBay negotiated rates for coins, trading cards, postcards, stamps, that kind of a thing. And those rates are really awesome for folks like us. You know, the rules are it's got to be under $20. It has to be under an ounce for the 69 cents, 2 ounces or less for the 97. I think the next one's 128 or something like that, or 125. And that's got to be 3 ounces or less. As soon as it goes over 3 ounces, you're kind of stuck with USPS ground advantage. As soon as it goes over 20 bucks, 20 bucks and a penny, you are now stuck with USPS ground advantage. And the costs go way, way up when we're shipping that way. But what's interesting is I did a video previously that's linked below. In that video, I teach a trick. And the trick is, you can see on the envelope here where the shininess of the ring light is, it does not impact the barcode. When I first got started with eBay, I just taped the whole thing up for security purposes. Wanted to protect my customers' coins the best I could, and these things were not getting tracked. They were getting lost. There was all these issues with it. And I made a video about how when I made this switch, most of my stuff got tracked. I think I made a comment in there that like 100% of it. For a while it was 100%, but it's the post office, so they certainly do screw things up. They still lose stuff from time to time. But it's way, way, way better. I'm going to say like 90 to 95%, whereas before it was like 60 to 70%. So I'll link to the video down below on how to do this, and I'm actually going to show you again. But what was interesting was I had to go out of town. I went and spoke at the National Money Show in Atlanta, and while I was out of town, I taught my wife and my daughter how to pick, pack, and ship things for me. And when I got back from Atlanta, I went to my box across the street, and there were envelopes in there. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So I got them back. They had been returned to me. There was a nice stamp on it, like it needed more postage. So you can see this is the cheaper one. This is the 69-cent one. So it has to be under an ounce. So I get home and I'm like, what the heck? So I throw it on the scale, and it's way under an ounce. You can see it's 7/10 of an ounce. So what's going on? So I took everything out, I repacked it up, I had to print new labels, I had to repay for the postage. I get down to the post office, and I start complaining to the guy, what the hell's going on? He takes out this tool, I don't have one here to show you guys, but it has a slot in it, and he's showing like, oh, it doesn't fit in the slot. This thing doesn't fit through the slot, it's too thick. But I said, well, wait a second, it's under an ounce. He said, well, it's too thick. You have to repack it and reship it. So that's what I did, and once I did that, I went through fine. And my daughter had just folded the paper too much. And I overdid it on this one to really show, you know, this one's, but this is the problem. So this way under an ounce, and yet it's going to come back with additional postage required. So what do you do? What can you do to make sure that you're not only hitting what eBay would like you to hit and the post office would like you to hit as far as shipping and all of that? So we're going to do a practice one here. I've already kind of started it. We're going to be pretending to ship out this really nice war nickel S Mint 1945 S. This is the last year of this one, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So the first thing I do is I start with, we'll just kind of back up a little bit. I get my packing slips out, and I always write thank you. I generally will circle the things. You'll notice this doesn't match here. I just printed this out real quick for the purpose. I'll take this, and I'm looking around for my tape, and I will tape this down onto the invoice. Now, when I print out the packing slip, it comes like this. I've already kind of got it started here, so you don't have to watch me do everything. And the first thing I do is I cut the top half of this sheet of paper off, like this. And I use that for extra padding underneath. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm probably a little too close. I'll use this for a little extra padding underneath. Now what happens is I need to get it in this envelope as flat as possible. Sometimes I'll also put a sticker on here with some QR codes. I didn't do it for this example. But I'll fold it in third. It's a little tricky with this lamp base here, so bear with me. I'll fold it in a third again. So it's nice and flat. I really make sure I get these seams flat. And then I fold it in half. And again, all the seams are flat, flat, flat. Then I take it, get it back in the envelope here. And that's a nice and flat. And if you were to compare it to the other one, it's a huge difference and I'll show you at the end again when we're done. So we'll go ahead and take that off. And now we have our war nickel in here. Last thing we have to do is we got to cut out the rest of this. Excuse me. Now I would have done that already, but I wanted to show you how to cut it out to maximize the canvas I have here on this envelope for the tape. So the first thing I do is I get as close to my return address as I can, as close to the customer's address as I can. And you notice I'm cutting inside the lines and then right knocking on the edge of that QR code. And what this does when I lay this down now, you see on this small envelope how much play I got down here. Oh, yeah, that's maybe a little too much. But you can see how much play I have on there. So now, and I've already pre-measured my tape so you don't have to hear me going on the tape. But I take the tape, again, mindful of that barcode, make sure it's all lined up. I'm kind of OCD about that. And you go. Then I wanted to wrap around to add extra protection here. Then I flatten it out again. And then this piece of tape goes right below the barcode, just like that. And then I wrap it around the bottom. And then usually for good measure, I will take another piece of tape and just put it right on this seal. So if we grab our scale back here and we weigh this one, let's get it set there, and 0.6. And notice the difference again, now that they're both sealed. This is the difference. So while they weigh virtually the same, that one's a little, just a hair heavier than this one. The problem that the post office had with the ones my daughter had packed up was they were too thick. So they came back. I had to pay for the postage again. I had to message the customers. I'm really sorry. There was an issue with the post office. You'll get it. Got it back out. Both the customers got their envelopes. And it was a happy ending. But I wanted to share this because, you know, you never know when you're starting to get started in eBay business, or even if you've been doing it for a while, some of the things that can go on. You think you're following the rules. Well, it's under an ounce. It should be 69 cents. Now, here's the other thing. If you got to pack something up this thick, just go to the 2 ounce, which is 97 cents, and they'll take it like this. You know, it's crinkled and thick and whatever it is. If you printed out the 97 cent one, they would still ship it. So I hope you guys found that helpful. I know that it was a learning experience for me to go down the post office and have the guy, you know, grab the thing and it wouldn't fit in there. As always, please take a moment and like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Helps me get more of these videos out. And as always, happy eBaying.